Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Happy New Year, Chemda.
Happy New Year. How's it going so far?
It's going all right. I was at Kyle's house watching the ball drop on TV. Her daughter had a friend over. And when it was getting to 3, 2, 1, Kyle said, yeah, and out with that terrible year. Positivity. Here comes the new year.
Okay.
And the friend, about 14, 15, she says, people think things are just going to magically change at midnight. And I was so hard to keep myself from going, oh, are you so fucking smart? Because I feel like I hear this regurgitated from people like we're idiots in a Cinderella story. Yes, of course. I don't know why that bothers me. Like, you really think everything's going to be magically like, oh, what? We're all just trying to get by here. 3, 2, 1.
You love teenagers.
Well,
I don't even think you liked teenagers when you were a teenager.
I hear it from adults too. I was respecting this person like an adult, being mad at them.
Okay. No, okay, I see that. Actually, that's so funny because I was writing a New Year's post on social media, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to sound corny. I don't want to be like, and now 2020 is behind us. And, you start thinking like, what's the difference? It's another day. And I actually posted that.
Right.
Look, I know that, today is not a magical new day. I even use that terminology. That's funny. Today's not a magical new day, but there does tend to be this like hope from people. So I ride the hope wave. Like, fuck it. Here's to hoping, and then February 14th, that hope drops like a shit ton. And we hope by like, March 14th, it rises up again. Like, I get that we don't have any control over it, but if someone's like, man, I hope I win the lotto. Well, hope is a 4-letter word as far as I'm concerned. And I lost that back in Nam. And it's like, okay. But I do think it is the job of teenagers to be like, whatever you said, anti that. It's like, okay, try that on.
But again, it's not even that it was a teenager.
Right, you're right.
It was just that I kept hearing it from adult. It's obviously regurgitated somewhere where this kid heard it.
Right.
From an adult. No, I thought 1201, they're going to find all the kids lost at the border. Come on, we're watching Mariah Carey. Let's all relax. It's been a bit since I was at OMAT. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we're doing it again. If you gave to the Kickstarter that we recently had, make sure that you take advantage of your free week of OMAT Club. You can sign up today for free if you're part of the Kickstarter at any level. Try it out if you're curious. If you want your year to start right, I say this is how you do it. And yes, things will magically change. Okay, meet me there. I go in there a few minutes before it starts. I say hi to people. Catherine Heller's there. She's cool. Stephanie, Octavia, Mimi, Cherry, all the buddies are there. Okay, if you don't have the code that we sent you via the Kickstarter, email me. I love it. I want your emails. Maybe you're hearing a sarcastic tone. By now this is how I talk. I love it. info@keithandthegirl.com. Anyway, 2020 was a shit show. So join OMAT Club with me, and we'll make 2021 different and better. keithandthegirl.com/OMAT has all the details. Stands for 1 minute at a time. And if you're like, what is he even talking about? Take a look. It's all right there. /OMAT, OMAT. Okay.
Yeah. If you were curious, now's a good time. You tried a whole bunch of other things. Try one more thing. Try our thing.
I mean, of course, 2020 ended up all weird, just like the whole year was. Kevin Spacey put out another Christmas video. This is the third video he's been doing since he was accused of being a multiple pedophile. And in this one, he starts creepy. He always likes to start creepy, these videos. Like, hello, didn't think you'd hear from me. No, pedophile, I didn't. Ugh. And then he goes into how 2020 has been a tough year for everybody. So don't forget, if you need help, here's a suicide hotline.
Interesting.
It's very, very odd. You know who needed that suicide helpline, Kevin Spacey? One of these accusers that killed themselves.
Holy shit.
But hey, it's me.
Then what's funny is it's like, you have to think he's sitting there going, well, this is a positive message. So only libtards can change that into something horrible.
Right.
But it's so deaf. It's so, what's the word?
Like tone deaf? Yeah,
yeah.
he's on a and everything about it is weird. He's in the park on a bench. Oh, hello.
And there's no irony to it. There's
Right.
like, hey, if your life sucks, I'm on this platform now. Like, yes, I
Right.
understand you guys have me on this other platform, but if I may step down for that platform to say this very important message to the people, for the people, because I have so much clout. And what's funny is those are the same people who go, well, I don't have reign over people. I don't, I can't possibly tell them what to do. There is no hierarchy here. And I'm like, check your followers.
Right.
We're calling them followers.
I hear people had to do Zoom holiday parties with their jobs. But
oh no.
Yeah, so you used to have a holiday party. You say, hey, thanks to the staff, maybe we give you a little bonus. You come in, they give you some food and some drink. You make out with the person you weren't supposed to. That's a party, right? You finger somebody in the bathroom, you see if you still have a job the next week. But now the bosses think they're doing you a favor by going, you have to log into Zoom and we're all going to have a good time. The snacks, it's whatever you buy. The drinks, whatever you buy.
I mean, I know there are some offices that will send everybody, there's a cute thing. They'll send somebody a meal prep kit and then they'll hire a person to like walk people through and you get the food and the drinks and everything.
Well,
and
this isn't what I'm seeing on social media in
Oh.
general. I'll tell you that.
Oh, man.
Hi,
Can
guys.
you imagine the meetings just surrounding?
Yeah. What are you eating over there? Cereal? No, it's a party at night. Why are you eating cereal?
They're not providing the food?
No, in general, no. Not what I see. Here's Aldo. He says, Zoom work holiday parties where we buy our own drinks and snacks aren't holiday parties. It's just another Zoom meeting no one wants to go to. Stop it.
Yeah, that's like the teacher going, today you can eat in class, but you're still having a math test.
Right. Nadine is saying, send everyone a gift card to the liquor store and give us the afternoon off. Yeah, I don't have to see you. That's not a party. If I never invited my boss to a party, how is seeing him a party?
Well, it's funny is I
Over
think
Zoom.
Because, it's like a company experience. You want people to have like a culture in the company. And that word is being tossed around, like create a culture in your company.
Right.
It's like, I don't know, send people yogurt, call it culture. Let's move on.
By the way, speaking of which, I did start my year off right. For breakfast, I did have the cereal magic spoon, Kenda.
That's a better idea than the coffee roll I ate from Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, try to eat better. Healthy breakfast doesn't have to be boring. Magic spoon is delicious, tastes sweet, but has 0 sugar, 11 grams of protein, 3 net grams of carbs. Every serving, it's fantastic. You can build your own custom variety box. You can choose between cocoa, fruity, get it, by the way? Get these names? You know what they taste like, but they taste like it. Frosted, blueberry. New flavors include peanut butter, cinnamon, and it tastes amazing.
I like the cocoa one.
Cocoa you like? I'm into frosted right now, but I switch back and forth. I change it up. I don't even know. I don't even know.
You're an adult. You get to do whatever you want.
I do whatever I want. What's your favorite? I don't know. I'm a grown man. I like red and blue. Go to magicspoon.com/KATG, grab a variety pack and try it today. And be sure to use the promo code KATG at checkout and save $5 off your order. They're so confident, they back their product with a 100% happiness guarantee. If you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked.
2020 didn't do that.
Nope. That's Magic Spoon. I took a different cereal from a store, tried to take it back. They smacked it over my face. And they go, what?
That's not a nice culture.
And they poured it all over. They poured it down my pants.
Oh, no.
And then another worker grabbed a carton of milk and shoved it up my... Anyway, I use Magic
During the
Spoon.
pandemic?
And then this time...
Wow.
Anyway, if you don't like it for any reason, they give you your money back. MagicSpoon.com/KTG. Use the code KTG and save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon. All right, there you have it. Christmas, how was your Christmas?
Christmas was good. Last year we had Jewish Christmas where we ordered Chinese food. And this year, I feel like we had America Christmas where we got a steak and made that.
Okay.
So yeah, we totally partied. I've been watching, we've been watching The Walking Dead,
Mm.
and gotta say, pandemic, weird time to start that. We really just we're on season
Mhm.
like 3 or 4 or something, and there's a pandemic episode. And I'm like, no, you can't do a pandemic in
really?
a pandemic. Yeah. And I watch it before I go to sleep, and then all these images, and I'm just like, why do I continue watching this? But every episode is like a finale. I'm like, oh my God, was that the last episode? Because they just killed a major character. I can't function. And I don't know how Xerxes tolerates watching anything with me. As soon as he hits play, I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Like out loud. Okay. And then somebody comes, he's like, why isn't he turning around? Doesn't he know he has a zombie behind him? I don't understand. And he's just coloring. I'm like, did you see that? He's like, yes, he took out a shotgun. The guy didn't see it. I'm like, how are you looking at your page and the screen at the same time?
I remember that show moving almost as slow as the zombies, though. So I get it. And speaking of the holidays, do you see, and the pandemic, Kirk Cameron is hosting COVID-19. I call them COVID-19 caroling events. So he's
Okay.
deliberately out of principle to say COVID is bullshit, having people come out to carol without masks. In fact,
Outside. I thought
yeah,
like COVID friendly.
no. And no, he's spreading it. These are all super spreader events. And he's making a point of not wearing a mask because it's winter and he's outside. He has one of those hats where you can Velcro the bottom. So you'd Velcro it over your mouth and chin to keep warm. And he has it down on his neck to show, hey, fuck
Like
masks.
I'm not even covering my face because of the cold. Like,
right.
that kind of thing. This is so upsetting because let me tell you the crush I had on Kirk Cameron when I was like whatever age we were
Sure.
watching it, 12. I don't know. It's like, this is a charismatic motherfucker.
Yeah.
This is the guy, and it so bothers me what I liked as a kid. I like those guys like the Corey Haim, the ones with like, they always somehow have half their tongue sticking out of their face because
Right.
that's cute. And I completely fell for it. And then he comes out as Christian, and he won't do certain parts of the script because that's anti-Christian,
Right.
and now anti-masker. And yeah, I guess you're not cute anymore, Kirk.
I remember I assume I was a practicing Catholic when I found out Kirk Cameron wouldn't do scenes because he was Catholic. And I remember thinking, well, that's stupid.
Wow.
What are you doing? The orgy scene in what was that show?
Was it Growing Pains?
Growing Pains, yeah. When everybody was gonna, start blowing each other, you can't do that scene. It's Growing Pains. You could kiss your girlfriend.
Well, he didn't want to depict an unmarried couple living together. So he didn't want to do anything like that.
Yes.
Oh, Kirk, you didn't want to pretend something?
Right.
You can only pretend what you are?
Right.
What are we paying you for? To pretend you're you. This is not a reality show. You can join one. Christians Are Us. That I feel like that is a very good title.
Now you see that politicians are getting the vaccination, and it's a lot, and people are upset because a lot of the politicians are the COVID deniers, are the people having giant events, are the people saying that the hospitals are making up the COVID numbers so that they get paid, which, by the way, is so offensive to every doctor and every nurse.
Yeah.
Another death. Oh, we're going to rack up our numbers somehow and say it's COVID-19.
Then what vaccine do they think they're getting?
But people start dying and they go, yeah, I guess I'll take it after all. Here's a Louisiana congressman, Luke Letlow. He just passed away from COVID-19, and he was one of these jerk-offs who was having anti-mask rallies. And then
there's nothing else to say about this. It's
right.
Just, okay. Well,
and
what happens
in the paper? His wife says the family appreciates the numerous prayers and support over the past days, but asks for privacy during this difficult and unexpected time. A, it wasn't unexpected. B, now's not the time that you shut up. You go, hey, looks like we were wrong. You're not going to bust my balls too much because my husband's dead and he's the father of two of my children. So if you can give me a break, that'd be good. But from now on, let's all be a little better.
Yeah, like a lesson learned.
Yeah. Anne, our friend, went and saw somebody who was dying of cancer, visits this person, travels states to visit this person, knowing they could go any day. Comes into the house. No one's wearing masks. Then the nurse walks in. She is, our friend Ann does. And so Ann's like freaked out. Then the visiting nurse comes in without a mask and is working on this woman about to die from stage 4 cancer. And Ann says, I have to leave. All these masks are driving me crazy. The nurse says, without a mask, yeah, I don't blame you. I understand it. Normally I wear 2 masks. Takes 2 masks out of her pocket to show her that normally she wears 2 masks. Now, even if some people are quarantined, the nurse obviously isn't. What the fuck is happening?
I really don't know. I don't know what to say. I feel like
I know why you're concerned. You should be. I normally wear 2 masks. Well, why aren't you now?
Because we're in a video game.
And we don't know the rules.
Because we think we have another character. Like we ate enough, Pac-Mans or whatever. And now, we have an extra life.
Dawn Wells, she played Marianne in Gilligan's Island. She just died of COVID-19. You killed Marianne!
Oh my God. She went through that whole island experience and then died of COVID.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know she was still alive. I'm sorry.
Well, don't worry. You're caught up now. Yeah, here's Joni Ernst. Here's a woman, a politician. She was saying doctors fake COVID-19 deaths to make money. And then, with no shame, almost because it's a cool thing to do, she shows a picture of her getting the shot with a mask on.
Okay. It's like kind of believing that we're not going to get to Mars, and whoever gets to Mars didn't actually do it, but then buying the first ticket there.
Okay.
Listen, there's not a lot we can compare this to, okay? And let's hope there won't be a lot more.
Dr. Drew, the great Dr. Drew. You know him. You've seen him on the TV, addiction specialist. All his people either relapse or die. So anyway,
what a great intro.
He doesn't study. He's not a COVID or influenza or germ doctor of any kind, but he was somebody that was saying the COVID is being exaggerated. It's just like the flu. In fact, about a week or two ago, I happened to hear was at his buddy Adam Carolla. He was talking, right. He was talking to somebody on the phone about they were saying the restaurants, dying because of COVID, and it's bullshit that we should have to lock down. And he says, well, me and Drew are going to visit your restaurant tonight to make a fucking point. Dr. Drew has COVID now. And he says, my early comments about equating coronavirus with influenza was wrong. They were incorrect. I was part of a course that was saying it, and we were wrong. You were wrong, by the way. You don't got to add the chorus in there. We were all wrong. You were wrong. You're
had a
Dr.
verse.
Drew. People that were doctor. And I guarantee that person that's saying Dr. Joe Biden shouldn't be called Dr. Biden has no problem with Dr. Drew being called Dr. Drew. I was wrong. And then he does a video. He does look sick. And he's like, it is no fun to get this. You don't want it. No, you don't say.
At least he's admitting it.
He's case correcting me that I don't want it.
I do want to switch my stage name to be Dr. Girl.
Why not? Why not? I bet you saved more people than Dr. Drew. What do you think of that?
Maybe alcoholism. Dr. Drew's going to come out with alcoholism has been exaggerated. You can have 1 or 2.
Right. Right. Oh, hey guys, turns out, no shit, we knew this. And and then people, this video game we're living in, you're talking about, people, they know better, but they want to grab onto that. But deep down, they know Dr. Drew's wrong, but they're like, if he could go to the restaurant, I guess I can. Do you know what I mean? I picture years from now, we'll be talking to our grandkids and being like, man, this virus went on forever. So many people died. It's like, yeah, but Grandpa, didn't you just have to wear masks? Yeah, but the rules kept changing. And so all our friends died. Yeah, but just wear masks and socially distance, right? They just couldn't keep their story straight. So, yeah, but you were told to wear masks. The doctor went to a restaurant and...
good doctor.
The good doctor. It's very confusing what to do. It's pretty easy what to do. They said planes had filtration systems.
Guys, make sure you're writing every day. Now's the time to journal because we are writing down history.
Yeah.
And when they start feeding our kids something else, you will have your journal. Say what happened.
And now you have people that have access to the virus, nurses, doctors. They're deliberately destroying the virus. A Wisconsin pharmacist
Wait. They have access to the virus or the vaccine?
The vaccine, excuse me. Yes, maybe they're that stupid and they're trying to destroy the virus because somebody misspoke and it's really the vaccine they were destroying. A Wisconsin pharmacist was arrested on charges of tampering with more than 500 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. I was just reading about another nurse stole or moved 27 viruses, not even like stole to give to her friends. It sounds like that they don't believe in it. And so they're destroying it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What kind of jail time are you going to do for that? And imagine your first day. Hey, what are you in here for?
Right.
I didn't want to shoot people. And the government wants me to.
Do you remember Tyson Foods? They make chicken and, sausage and all that stuff.
Tyson treating you like family.
Oh, they hate their family. So if we were telling the story about how in Iowa, Waterloo, Iowa, one of their Tyson plants, they had people working close, not following COVID rules, and the managers working upstairs away from everybody would take bets on how many people, because people were getting sick, were going to die. They started a pool based on it. All right. Now, one of the managers decided to do an interview and explain what was going on. So maybe this will put everything to rest so you can eat Tyson Foods again. You tell me what you think. Okay?
This is the manager.
This is one of the managers that were fired at the plant in Waterloo. A manager at Tyson Foods who was fired for participating in an office betting pool on how many coworkers would contract COVID-19 and die, by the way, said that the stunt was meant as a morale boost for overworked supervisors.
Oh, we didn't know you were having such a hard time.
Don Murshbrock, one of 7 managers terminated for the stunt at the company's pork processing plant, claims supervisors came up with the idea last spring just after mass testing of 2,800 people at the facility. He said the winner-take-all jackpot went to the person who picked the correct percentage of workers who came down with the virus.
Hold on. So they actually had a jackpot?
Yeah, but you paid to play.
Please, how much? Please let it be $1 a la
Trading Places.
America.
Right. It was a group.
Trading Places. I apologize.
Is a group of exhausted supervisors that had worked so hard. It was simply something fun, kind of a morale boost for having put forth an incredible effort.
Wow.
And you thought Zoom parties were too much.
I really thought it was going to go some other place. I was trying to think like what they could say. And I thought they would say something like, hey, we bet on football players. They have concussions all the time. They break their stuff, but we're betting on their physical health and stamina. I thought they were going to go that way, but I think I'm giving them, that's even too much credit.
Managers work 12-hour shifts 7 days a week, he said, to keep up with production. So they had to do something to let off steam. So they started betting on deaths. And by the way, there's a reason that a sports coach can't bet on sports. They might affect their own game.
Mm-hmm. So insider trading on top of everything.
Yeah, you don't think some managers like, man, I really went high. All right, everybody, I need you to work on this one machine.
Right.
Employees avoided the plant floor out of fears of coronavirus or the vaccine. So the supervisors knew, of course, top employees. More than 24 workers at the plant were hospitalized with coronavirus on April 12th. Company officials said in May that more than 1,000 workers had tested positive. At least 6 had died.
Congrats, Tyson.
What's that song again?
Tyson treating you like family.
Yeah. Whole world's nuts. Speaking of nuts, do you remember the great Pope Francis, head of the Catholic Church? He hit like on an Instagram model's fat ass with a that was wearing one of those Catholic school outfits, right? He ended up his account, whatever this means, right? His account liked another big-titted, big-assed woman. She happens to have no face, by the way. Now, She's not shy, but in this picture, Margot Fox does not have a face. It's just her tits and ass. And the Pope, Franciscus, hit like on Instagram again. By accident, you have to assume. Or maybe not. Who gives a fuck?
Listen, that's made in Jesus's image.
Right.
You just have to like everything that comes your way. You're encouraging her to, I don't fucking know.
Right.
It's just funny.
But you've done that, right? I think everybody's done that. You know, I've looked up an X and pressed the button by accident. He's whacking off to a model and pressed the button by accident. It's weirder if I say no now after I said yes. So let's pretend it was the algorithm.
The thing is this is so much nicer than what it could be. I picture him liking like little boys in Catholic school uniforms.
Right.
That's
right.
Just, I don't know.
Right. Look, and then now they have to blame Instagram, you know, like, well, get your story straight over there, Instagram. Apparently, you have the Pope clicking things by accident, and he's not for sure.
Why is the Pope on Instagram?
Oh, I mean, the story never really changes, right? In Catholicism, so what's he gonna do? Study something else? He knows it. What's new?
Is he studying it on Instagram?
Well, you got to take time off. Just relax.
I don't think so.
I mean,
he's Tyson Foods by God.
Tyson Foods had to relax by hoping more people died. You know, so the Pope, he probably has a more stressful job than Tyson Foods, I would assume. So you gotta do something, and he doesn't golf.
What does the Pope do?
We're looking at what he does. This is what he does. Why are we guessing? Pat Robertson, the televangelist, has said that Donald Trump would keep saying that the election, the election, I'm looking at this woman again. The election is saying that it's, fake. He says that Trump lives in an alternative reality and is very erratic. This guy, Pat Robertson, talks directly to God every night and is saying that Trump is crazy.
Unexpected. Wow. Yeah. Wow. So he believes that God is three people, one of them that we crucified and then came back 3 days later. Yeah. But Trump's talking crazy.
This guy's too much. You didn't win the election.
Oh, he got kicked off the Metallica bus.
Right. And now Dominion voting systems, they made, I believe, the majority of the systems where you vote, is suing Donald Trump because he kept saying that those systems didn't tally things correctly. So the company that makes the systems is saying, you can't keep saying this. All right, now I'm suing you, and we'll prove that our machines didn't fuck up and ruin your election. So now he has to deal with a lawsuit.
Yeah, but who do they sue? Because is he using our money? Is Trump using our money to sue them? And then they wait until he's out of office to sue him personally?
Right.
Like where in the system are we paying for it? That's what I'm concerned.
Maybe
with.
It's those maskless rallies that he keeps having. And you're like, for what? And he's like, for lawsuits. Maybe we can raise a couple more bucks. Because otherwise, what's it for? What are you raising money for? You think Trump Googled squatters' rights? I do. I seriously do.
And then he hit send on Twitter by accident.
Millionaire televangelist Joel Osteen. He has Lakewood Church, one of those big mega churches. I think down there, is it Houston? They were having there was a flood, but he wouldn't let people use his church. He got $4.4 million in bailouts through the COVID-19 relief program. He said that
what are they bailing out?
He said he couldn't open his church between March 15th and October 18th. First of all,
that's how much he makes.
Still be closed. And he said, yeah. And so he said, okay, so we need some relief. And through that forgivable loan program, he got $4.4 million.
Holy shit.
That church is multi-millionaire. But you don't, they don't need 4.4 million when you're begging for your 2,600.
I also think they can easily raise that even without church. Like people just give to church.
Yeah. But hey, if it's there, God would be pleased if I tried to take it.
Oof.
Yeah. That second stimulus, you know what it actually is for regular people? That you didn't have to pay extra for Wonder Woman on HBO. Like, can we get a break? Can we get a break? Please.
I'm going to be paying for, we're going to watch Coming to America was supposed to be, Coming to America 2 was supposed to be our like night out at the movies date before pandemic, and they kept pushing the release because they wanted to release it in movie theaters. Now it's going to be released in regular, what is it, Amazon or something like that. We are going to pay for it and make a whole thing of it, pretending to go to the movies, having a sody. Maybe we'll even put it in a sippy cup that's too large. Plans, pandemic plans. Don't be jealous. You could do it too.
Are you guys going to take turns acting like you're the, popcorn maker in the kitchen?
Maybe. Why not?
But you got to fuck up the order and not be paying attention. Act like you're on the phone and stuff.
Okay, but then I fuck up the order good because I put I put too much butter.
Right. Oh no.
We got plans.
All right, let me
in our movie theater, you can buy spliffs.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Then do you pretend to call the cops on them? If
and then that's a whole different game.
Yeah. Betterhelp. This is just in time. Betterhelp, I'm talking about HELP. It's a website that can talk you off the ledge. If you ask me, Kenda uses this, right? It's like therapy on your phone, or that's exactly what it is.
It's exactly that. And he checks on me all week, just kind of like saying, how you doing? And I could actually say, hey, I'm feeling some anxiety about this. And he texts me back, or I could say like, I'm cool, but I'll see you on Wednesday. And it really is amazing. I thought the experience was so good. I had to switch therapists. I didn't like the first one that I chose. And I didn't have to break up with her. I just had to be like, click, not you.
No,
love that. But he's so great. And really, I don't know, if 2020 was like totally okay for you, check, you might be a sociopath, and that's the reason you go to therapy. Like, I don't know. Try it once, because here's the thing. Somebody that's not associated with you, that won't hold on to whatever weird shit you're going to say, about your life, because they have nothing to do with it. It's like, I understand why Catholic, confession works, because just saying it out loud, I feel like you're going to feel different. I definitely did. And by the way, I have health insurance. I looked for a therapist, and it just was so tedious. And BetterHelp, it was like that. I got on. I was in therapy within a week, because that's how my schedule worked really well. But I could have been in therapy that day if I wanted to.
Go to betterhelp.com/KATG. That's better, HELP. Join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. So must be working.
Don't not be in therapy. Really, it's not a good time. It's never a good time, but don't not be in therapy right now. Counselors
are in all 50 states. So here's the special offer for Keith and Girl listeners. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/KATG.
Yeah, my therapist he's in Mississippi.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Works with prisoners, right?
Yes, I love that.
Yeah. They're not messing around. I like that.
I love it.
Check it out. Here's a letter from Cameron. Cameron says, I got the audio version of Keith's book, The Great American Novel, because, the thing is Ace is 10. Listening to Keith's voice read it invokes comparisons to Anthony Bourdain and him reading Kitchen Confidential. This is meant as a high compliment, as I love his writing and his voice and cadence, etc. I'm only through the first chapter, and I laughed out loud when you read the part about the Rodney King cops and the beater bar. Oh, yeah. Don't get me started on the windshield wipers. Well, thank you. That's very sweet.
The cutter-uppers.
Oh, it was a dangerous time in my house as kids. Thank you. That's sweet to hear. I do have some parental updates, as a matter of fact. My dad wrote to all of us to let us know that my mom is now in a home separate from my dad. It's not sad news to me. It's good. It's about time. He wrote a letter saying, your mom has fallen every other day at home for the past month. I'm like, what? Fallen every day for the past, we didn't know this.
At which fall do you go, let me follow up with this?
Yeah. And he says, so I looked everywhere, called all these numbers and found the right home for her. I'm like, I know it's the first number you called, but okay.
Right. Because motherfucker.
He's like, morning to night. I was looking.
He said that?
Yeah.
Holy shit. He called the first number the insurance covered.
Yeah. Yeah, and it happens to be like a couple towns over.
That's amazing.
Um,
But you have a serious girlfriend. It's been going on for like 2 years, right?
mhm.
2.5 years.
Yep.
Can you imagine if she's like, I want to grow old with you. And if you're falling, I mean, if you fall 10, 15 times,
Right.
like in a month, don't be a pussy. I will look up a phone number and have someone pick you up. I love you.
Yeah. I'm addressing this to each of you. He wrote to us on
This is to all 5 kids.
to all 5 kids on the 18th of December. Yes, I know that sounds formal, but this is formal, yet a personal request. Oh, what a year it has been. Thank you for your love and prayers. I was notified today that mom has reached her limit of improvement with therapy at this long-term care place. Strangely enough, for her, that is probably a better thing since in therapy, they push her greatly and simply cause her great unnecessary pain.
What does that even mean? Why are you being vague? This is mom.
Very vague. What changes is her cost per day and who will be working with her to keep her muscles working as best as possible. It goes from physical therapists to nurses. I do not know at this time if her room will be changed or the floor on which she will be on. What? Okay. It doesn't matter. The floor she's on doesn't matter. What the fuck is going on is what matters. And is this you asking for money? If so, okay, then tell us what's happening. Give us a goddamn clue.
Yeah, but you're not going to answer unless he tells you if she had the green or blue Jello, right?
Right. I spoke with an elder care attorney and another who works together with him. Then he was in the room too, whatever you're talking about. And yet another, in hopes of protecting assets and getting Pennsylvania State to help with the costs and the type of treatment that she would continue to get, i.e. pain medication.
Unless you work in insurance, in life insurance?
Yeah.
Does that only pay you when you're dead or does it cover your home?
I guess it only pays you when you're dead, I would guess.
Oh, your mother lasted longer than I expected.
Right. Unless a miracle happens, and miracles do happen, mom will be there until she goes to heaven. The cost is $240 per day. The attorney stated that each of her children will be sent paperwork regarding appointing me as her legal guardian. It seems that in the state of Pennsylvania, just being the spouse of the person is insufficient to proceed.
Maybe are you guys considering that he not be the legal guardian?
That'd be
he doesn't
funny.
give a fuck about her.
Yeah. Do you think we should fight it? That'd be funny and weird.
Are you fighting or are you just not giving up rights?
But they're still going to go. What if the state couldn't reach one of the kids? They can't give anybody power of attorney to somebody. I think attorney's just ripping him off because he's an idiot.
Are any one of you guys talking directly to the home?
Not talking direct to my mom, not necessarily the home. Yeah.
Okay. How does she seem?
She seems like she doesn't mind being there.
Okay.
If any of you object to signing the paperwork, you may do so and state the reason on the paperwork that will be sent to you. You would then be given the opportunity to appear in court in Somerset before a judge to declare your reasoning.
Who talks to their children like this? Who talks? Your mother's in the hospital. Listen, here's what we as a family are going to do. Not should you state that you are uncomfortable in this manner. I shall bring forth the paperwork in order to do so. And
by the way,
forthcoming in your tales.
I'm going to guess that I don't have to go to Somerset and speak to a judge in person. Like he's trying to scare you. Like you could say a different reason, but all you have to do is get it to an airport, fly on a plane, get to Somerset, Pennsylvania, speak in front of a judge. Keith, you know, I'm talking about you. We don't get along, so you can't stay here. And then for this mailing purpose, I need to confirm your addresses. Then he writes, thank you for your cooperation. Keith, I know you said you did not want anything further to do with me, but this cannot be avoided. And then he lists all our addresses for us to confirm them.
Did he know your address?
Yes.
Ugh, this is just for him to send you guys letters.
And then it says phone number for me. It's the only one that says number unknown to me. You know my number.
Are you joking?
Mom and dad has both called me fairly recently.
Oh, and he doesn't have access to her phone.
He's called me too. He knows the number.
Of course he knows the number.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's afraid to call Kat by accident.
Right. Then he started to leave me out of emails and send it to the kids. And my siblings will send me, up to date stuff. I don't have to worry about that. But Ken said, "Hey, why aren't you including Keith in the emails?" It's like, well, he said he doesn't want anything to do with me. It's like, I think he wants to know about mom. And I'm not going to jump in. I'm still going to get the facts anyway. So whatever. I'm not talking to my dad. And then my dad emails me, "Do you want me to keep you in the loop about mom?"
Yeah, I want you to keep me in the loop about mom and keep me out of the loop about you. Can you somehow stop telling me your trials and tribulations? Can you somehow know that I can figure out how to fill out this form if the hospital needs me? Like, wouldn't they get in touch with the siblings and not with someone who needs to give? This is very weird.
Right. And so, I know we all know my dad by now, right? So it's so that I go, "Yes, please tell me about mom." And then that wouldn't be the end. Like, okay, I'll add you to the list of people. Then it's like, well, then we have to talk about being disrespectful to me.
Wow.
That's where it's going to go. I'm not just projecting or making it up. Then another email, "Keith, would you like for me to include you in mom's updates?" And of course, I don't write back. I'm not playing this stupid game. I'm going to find out about the updates. He sent a letter. Is this everybody or was sent to me? And it says, I heard, it wasn't sent to me, but it was forwarded that included me. It was written back to. "I heard on today's National Evening News," my dad says, "that the vaccine production, distribution, and administration to people is going far slower than originally projected. Now, they are saying that it could take 3 to 4 years for everyone to get covered. I do not know how that will affect nursing homes, but at 81, I highly doubt that I will be around to see its completion." My dad, of course, always saying when he's going to die. It was going to be last fall.
Oh, right.
"The pains that I am feeling, I am not too sure if I will see summer. Take care, my children. Look out for one another." So he's dying again. He's always dying since we were kids. "I love you all. I wrote a note to Keith asking him if he wanted me to include him in mom's updates."
But he included you in his updates of his death toll. Like, is he taking bets against him?
Right.
Oh, that would be great. That's how he's making his money. He's just betting when he'll die with other people. If he stays alive, you got to pay him.
"I have not heard a reply from him on the matter." Let's see. Then he says, "Water damage will total over $7,000. No one knows what he's talking about. Feet still healing. I don't know what's wrong with his feet. Nobody does. Ways to go. The end." So if you want to know more, you ask.
Oh,
it's all about attention.
Are you sadder that now it's so clear what a fucking maniac he is? Or are you sadder that it wasn't clear? Has it become more clear or is he crazier? I feel like this is how he always talked.
This is how he always talked. It always was, come to me. He wants your attention. Do I want to know about $7,000 of water damage? Just ask me. Come to me. Whatever it takes to come to me. Whether it's, do you want to know about your mother? Come to me. Do you want to know about, does water damage? What the fuck interests my kids? My feet? How about my feet? Ask me about, maybe. I'm watching an amazing show on TV. Ask me.
Tell him if he could name 3 friends that you can call up to hear one story about him in all of life. He's 81.
Right.
Anytime that when he was 12, when he was 22, anyone that like I can call up and say, tell me a story about Mike Malley Sr. And who knows where he is, senior, junior, double junior. I don't know.
Who knows?
This particular Mike Malley.
I've always told you.
Do you think he has 3 phone numbers of people who can tell you a story about him?
No.
Tell him he gets $1 million.
He has no friends. Never had friends when we grew up. Once in a blue moon, he'd like
wrangle someone.
He'd wrangle somebody, but they'd be gone in 3 months tops. So he somehow burned that bridge. Never friends, never family reunions. I don't know all my cousins. I know of them maybe.
You know what's bad? Someone who goes to church on a regular basis, like a faith, like specifically going to a house of worship on a weekly basis, and you have no friends or community.
Yeah. He would do like that. He would do like that after school church kids program. He would, try to do other things where you would think exactly, hey, did you bring any of them back for a party or something? No one, no family, no friends. He creeped out everybody.
Yeah, because imagine this old guy, because he's always been old. This old guy comes to you, you're with your, I don't know, 9-year-old. I remember when my son was 9. I don't suppose you'd like to speak to me, son.
Right.
But if you might, I will give you, oh my God, what? Okay, I gotta go play. Sir, if you could back away from my child, please.
Then I got a letter. Then we all got a letter. I was included in this one.
An email, yes.
An email, excuse me.
Because you never know. Your dad likes sending
Right.
physical letters.
Hello, my children. Your father is soon to make a very major decision on the property and would like to hear your inputs. I may not follow any of them, or I might follow all of them, but I would like your opinions on the matter nonetheless. Each will be given careful consideration. Include reasoning for your suggestion. This is a C-level horror movie on Netflix. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Gather around. I will take all your opinions or none of the opinions for this great castle. You have 12 hours to reply on your wishes and whims. Now is not the time to be shy. You may address me one at a time in the master bedroom or all at once in groups of 3, 4, or 5.
Ew.
So we have 24 acres. That's not nothing, but what is it in Somerset, Pennsylvania? And a house. And it's like, oh, we're talking about who gets the house now. I wouldn't even help this guy podcast because it wouldn't be worth it trying to get him to get things working. I certainly don't want to fuck with a house.
Yeah, it is interesting. He's like, hey, I want your guys' opinion. I might not take it, but I'm definitely going to listen. Dude, it's your house. You're asking us for help. And you're going, I may not take your help. Fuck you if you're not comfortable
Right.
with how I respond. Just ahead of time, this is how you fucking idiots that I'm asking for some reason because you're my children. And I think when he writes, hello, children, there are a bunch of people BCC that he just like, the Christian community needs to hear it. They are all my children.
After diligently searching for an acre of land in Somerset for 6.5 days a week. So this is a blast from the past. This is how he got the property.
Oh, okay. We jumped to cutback.
Right. He's searching for an acre of land in Somerset for 6.5 days a week.
6.5 days.
The Lord's Day, but he still had to look for property. So he would take off half a day on Sunday. The Lord understands he needed a place for
Yes, while your mother worked 6.5 days in order to, fucking
pay for the land.
Feed you guys.
6.5 days a week for 6 weeks, sun up to sundown. I spotted this piece of land. So he was looking everywhere. 6.5 days a week, sun up, sundown for land. And he's like, no, not good enough. Not good
Where
enough.
is he looking? Somerset, you can walk
everywhere
through in a day.
Yeah.
Are you walking, knocking on doors? Is this available? Or are you looking through?
Everywhere. There's free. He was sneaking into people's properties and looking around. I wanted it the moment I saw it. It was as if the sun was shining on it compared to all the land around it. Your godfather, Mally.
Who?
Grandfather, excuse me. But both I wouldn't know, though. I don't know both. I don't know my godmother and godfather. It's said I have one. Even my guardian angel won't pop in the house. Dad was so weird. Your grandfather, Mally, who I never told you anything about, used to always say, build on a hill. So did Jesus. The 1.5 acres very quickly turned in 25 acres.
Do you know what they paid for that? Because your dad never had money.
Right. Maybe he squatted. And then you can spread your body over another acre, and that's yours in 2 months.
If you dig enough holes, wherever you dig 10 holes, that's your acre.
We had to dig holes as a punishment. Somehow we were owning the land. Your mother and I were never sorry we purchased it, even though I was not capable of doing much with it. It always remained a source of pride of ownership for me. Now, here, just, accidentally skimming the letter, I see $25,000, no strings attached. I see that. And I'm like, is he giving everybody $25,000? How's that happening? That's what I thought.
Come
Here's
on.
Here's the story.
By the way, this email came out of nowhere. What's
out
the
of nowhere.
question here?
Where's mom?
Where's mom?
Once a lady had given me, with no strings attached, $25,000 worth of ornaments that were ready for transplanting.
What?
I think he's saying like crops of some kind.
Okay.
It was wintertime, and I was not set up to take advantage of
Hold on. Once a woman gave him $25,000
worth of something.
She's just a...
Never met her. No strings attached. These women love me.
But he doesn't have any acquaintances, let alone people who would risk $25,000 just to give to him.
Never met this sweet woman. Never heard her mentioned. It was wintertime, and I was not set up to take advantage of her generosity, even though I brought them all home in our Volkswagen Beetle. It was so packed with plants that my head was nearly pressed against the front windshield because the car was so crowded. I heeled them to the ground that winter when I came home, but I was not prepared knowledge-wise nor building-wise to do anything with them before the mice had gourmet meals on them all. At the time, my plan was to set up a company called Blumenbusch Oriental Farms.
Oh my God.
I thought of that name yet while in the seminary.
What's Oriental? What?
So even before he had all this property, in the seminary, he had a plan to create something called Blumenbusch Oriental Farms.
Has he ever been a farmer?
No, not of any kind. Not green thumb shit even.
But someone gave him $25,000 to start his farm.
Yeah. Somebody's probably throwing shit out at a garage sale.
Can you imagine your dad doing any farm work? Farmers are fucking hardcore.
Right.
That is a difficult, very motivating, like you have to do things.
I almost said we did actually have like a little vegetable area, but now that I think about it, we did that. The kids did it. I farmed. I also thought the property would be great for a retreat location with cabins or an outdoor entertainment venue or an orchard.
Sure. Anything I could think of.
Well, if you name fucking everything, then if somebody names something, you had plans for it.
Right.
You're also going to make a theme park bigger than Walt Disney Entertainment. You thought of all of it because you just said all of it. Over the years, your mom and I have been able to hold on to the property through thick and thin. I figured if for no other reason, it might prove to be our only retirement sole source of funds. I value the land more than the house. Now I must make a decision. The property is ideal for growing, for building a subdivision on, or for a vast number of things limited only by one's knowledge, experience, and foresight. Naturally.
Happy of that.
Right.
You think at 81, you could just go, oh yeah, I have land. Why don't I start a company?
Naturally ideal for living on, if one could be happy living in a small town with a major city 1.5 hours away, Pittsburgh. Within 30 years, I believe that it could be worth millions.
Okay. All right.
Now, do you want my attention, kids?
Okay.
But my days for it are coming to a close.
Your days for what? And when was that? Was that 50 years ago it came to a close?
I know that you are all doing well right where you are at, and each of you seem to love the big city life. Me? I was always a little country pumpkin myself. It's bumpkin, you idiot. Country bumpkin. Country pumpkin.
Also, you're hiding out from something, so.
Yeah. What the fuck are you hiding from, Dad? I love to look at tall buildings from a distance, but they intimidate me up close. Bumper to bumper traffic is not my thing. Never has been.
Traffic report in this?
Yeah, it wasn't his thing.
You're getting comparative fucking lists.
He's what he's trying to do. Also, you could still make money in the country. I've seen the houses. I think he didn't do. He expected a better life, even though he didn't do anything to achieve that. And now he's making up an excuse for us in case we think, hey, why are you a failure? And he's like, sorry, big city isn't for me. I like the slow pace of your mom yelling at me why I'm not working.
Yeah, he's putting himself in some victim position.
Yeah.
And I think the last 3 emails that you got from him were about money. So, and he's not going to ask directly. And also, like, it's hard to believe that he needs money because I don't even know if he knows what his financial anything is.
He said he had $150,000 in one of these emails. None of us see how.
No.
And
he would leave your mother.
But sell the house, sell the property, and then you have money for you and mom. That's it. What's this debate? For me, a modest income in a rural area beats the daily commute rat race many times over. Although the rat race does provide more income, just not more peace of mind. That's Dad. Like, we didn't have money, but we had peace of mind. Peace of mind, Dad. I went to school wearing such shit. I got beat up every day. There was a peace of mind. We all must choose to call home in one location and find work to support us being there. Or, this is a lesson to his 40-year-old kids.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Or live where we can find the job that we want and go where the money is and accept the living arrangements that are available at that location.
Why are you getting financial advice from this idiot?
My question is, do I keep the property in one name or divide it up? Suggestions and reasons would be appreciated.
Is this what Hunger Wars is about? I didn't see it.
Yes. Yeah. This is Hunger Games. You have to fight for the property. This is no time to be shy and reserved about your thoughts. All suggestions will be given careful and prayerful consideration. Thank you.
So he wants you and your siblings to go, it should be under my name, and here's why. Yes. And then start fighting. And he goes, yes, but we haven't heard from the youngest child. Please, you have the floor. Like, he wants to be the king.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's his final shot to get everybody's attention. Oh, this other shit's not working? Okay. How about this? How about you all have to fight for it now? And he wants my attention so much. I'm in this email. You know, he's like,
you're the fighter. You're the one who's going to fight.
Right. I wanted to write back. I didn't, of course, but I was tempted to go, I'll take it. Thanks.
You should.
Do you wish to know more about your mother? No, thanks. But tell me more about the property.
Right.
Oh, my God. We should all, like, I want everybody to write a sincere letter and then we see who wins, right? Mine's a big apology. It ends with what I've learned, why catfishing my dad was wrong, even though he was hitting on my ex. I'll go, and I promised to waste all the good cold cuts on the cats, even though Mom didn't like when you did that. And then see who can get it. He's acting like he's the dad in Succession. You don't have anything. What are you making us fight over?
Yeah, I have 25. But it is weird to have 25 acres and he's never had anything. Like, that's huge. I don't, we sit on like nothing here. He's right. It is big city and you do have this like give or take, but I think we're eating better.
Right. Well, they could have all the corn they want. They would rent it out. I don't know for how much or what, but I mean, it wasn't like, oh, the Malleys are doing good. They live on a farm of some kind.
No one ever said the Malleys are doing good. I'm sorry.
Not in any way. To be honest. And then, not 12 hours later, my dad wrote again. Ready? The decision on the house and property have been made for me, and I am at peace with it. Now, picture, it'd be so funny if one of my siblings really did send an email, but this email came back like, at the same time. And then they're like, oh, I feel like a piece of shit.
So he didn't say the decision?
No. But I think it's in this letter, but I'm not 1,000% sure. You tell me. The decision on the house and property have been made for me, and I'm at peace with it. Mom fell again where she's at. Severe
That's what he starts with? Come on.
Yeah. I made my decision. Hey, Mom fell.
Oh, my God.
Severe gash on the right side of her forehead, about 1 inch long and quite deep, and took out some more teeth. Yes, she certainly could fall at any other place, But at a private pay place in Altoona, I could at least see her a minimum of an hour a day. So there is another place then. What is this? The second phone call you ever made? You were saying that the first place was great, that you spoke to an advisor. You even said on your way out, somebody said, Mr. Malley, you picked a good place. You did the right thing. Now that place is horrible.
Oh my God.
There's another place. I was with her for about 4.5 hours in the emergency room today. She calmed right down within 5 minutes after she saw me and felt my touch.
Ew.
I don't know if that's true. I will live in my own apartment there, and she will be on a different floor in the personal care section. The cost is about $58,400 for her and about $19,200 for me, for a total of $77,600 per first 12 months.
Okay.
So he's going to live in an apartment close to her. Yes, increases occur each year. Don't think I'm an idiot. Now, you would think maybe he'd get a longer lease. He's going to die in the summer.
Oh, right.
He's got to keep that a secret, though, to get the place. I decided this before the call from where my mom's at now, saying that she was in the emergency room. So he decided this already.
Your mother's in the emergency room.
Right. Well, he already decided to do this, but then this happened. So that was fortuitous. Mom and I had put our names into this new place almost a year ago. Ironically, they called this morning to tell me they had an opening. So he was thinking about moving her anyway. Never brought that up. Said how good this first place was. Decided he's going to move. And then the other place said, hey, our place is open. The place you actually do like. All of this happened at once. And she, got hurt the same day.
First of all, there's no way he's moving. There's no way he is packing his shit, doing the logistics of selling the home.
Right.
There's no way he's doing that. He doesn't have any motivation to actually do anything.
Right. And that's what
figure out moving.
And that's what this sounds like, right? That is his decision. He will sell it and move.
Yeah.
I was comforting to. Now, is he begging us to ask? See, also, is he trying to sell it to us so that we keep that generational wealth and he gets to live his life?
Yeah.
But maybe. He doesn't, but he needs us to ask. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
It was comforting to both of us that I was able to keep reassuring her that we would see each other daily in about 4 days.
Nah, she's not into that.
The longest, most coherent sentence that she said to me happened about 20 minutes before she left the emergency room, saying, you can't imagine how bad it is there where I'm staying. I'll cover more later. She did not sound like that to us over the phone at all. That's the latest.
Oh, my God. Are you thinking of going to see your mom? No, it's pandemic. You can't.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you guys getting her like some sort of iPad where the nurse can help her?
Yeah. Yeah, we got her stuff.
Are you able to talk to her?
Yeah, I talked to her.
Okay.
And she seems okay. Like she wouldn't admit it though. Anyways, I think.
Okay. Well, it's like regular okay, where it's not so bad that you see it on her even when she's trying to fake it. Is that what you're going on?
Yes. Yeah.
I see
It's what it is. That's the vibe I get.
Mm-hmm.
But she never liked talking about anything real either,
Right. So then you're talking to her like she wants to be talked to.
Yes.
But this dude, he's making everything so complicated.
Right.
So I assume you guys are just going to ignore him.
Yes.
Parents can't leave you bills, can they?
I don't think so. I don't see how that could be legal.
That's crazy, right?
Like, my life is fucked because my dad didn't pay his property taxes.
I'm like $500,000 in debt. Let me quickly have a kid. Just pass that.
Right. No, because if then my dad would like threaten me, like, one could leave their kids plenty bills.
Right.
Ask for more information.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Well, it's good that the home stuff isn't the sad thing. The falling down is sad. It's a shame that I can't get stories from him.
Did she
but that she is in a home is good. It sounds like she really did fall down. I mean, if she was in the emergency room.
If she was
right.
She?
I think she was.
That's
but
hard.
I didn't talk to her after that. This letter just happened.
Are they considering a wheelchair, perhaps?
Right. Well, I'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know like how she fell or what, and not gonna find out from him, but I can call the place, I guess.
Wow.
We'll
How
see.
are you dealing? Because
Well, we'll see if she's moved, and we'll see what's happening.
I have a link for you.
Yeah.
Betterhelp.com/KATG. Just
Right.
say this shit out loud.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean.
I mean, not to me, because if you tell me, I'm judging. But these therapists, they
Right.
don't judge.
Right.
They're not going to tell you the Malley House is a fucking shit show. They're going to be nice.
Right. Well, it's funny. Like, you start with a psychiatrist, and they don't know the whole story, so they're like, "Well, should you reach out since he's dying?" No.
Right?
You mean it? I promise I do. Well, should we delve into that? It's really useless. I will tell you something though. Stay hydrated.
Oh yeah.
I want to tell you about this company, Hydrant, Hydrant. New year, time to make a fresh start. It's the perfect time to build hydration into your
Please
new
tell me
healthy
it has
routines.
electrolytes.
Here's what it does. Hydrant is a refreshing drink mix powder made with 4 key electrolytes: sodium, potassium, magnesium, zinc. It's made with real fruit juice powder and no artificial sweeteners or synthetic colors. No nonsense, all science, if you believe in that kind of thing. Let's see. Try new Hydrant Immunity. That contains vitamins A, B6, B12, C, D, ginger, turmeric. Water meets wellness, and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Okay? I'm going to send this to my mom. We got a special deal. Yeah, we got a special deal. Save 25% off your first order. Go to drinkhydrant.com/KATG or enter our promo code KATG at checkout. That's drinkhydrant.com/KATG. Enter the promo code KATG, 25% off your first order. One more time, drinkhydrant.com/KATG. Enter promo code KATG. Save 25%. And thank you, Hydrant. Again, water meets wellness.
You got to join Hydration Nation.
It's really good. It's really good nation to be part of. It's a really good nation to be part of. All right.
It's a nation we can all join.
Did you see, by the way, that Jennifer Aniston got in trouble because she posted a ornament about the pandemic? It said, "Our first pandemic." It's the ornament that you put on the tree.
Oh,
she's like, "Ah." And everybody started shitting on her, speaking of tone deaf, and you snob in a mansion. I'm like, why are you thinking all these deaths are cute?
Who is this?
Jennifer Aniston from Friends.
I feel like this one can get a pass.
It could get a pass.
I understand, but that's a lot to respond.
Sure.
I think it's okay to say our first pandemic as like a fuck. Right. Like what you're really saying is fuck.
Right. Well, you know what? Yeah, it's not a big deal. But what's funny to me is these celebrities never see the backlash coming, and they don't want the backlash. Mm. You know what I mean? Like, she sells water and lotion. She's completely fake. Hey, how's it going? It's there's nothing real about her. And then when she does something like this, she's like surprised, and like, oh, I apologize. I didn't know that. Like, if I'm complaining about something, let's say I put out, I got Lil Rona, and I do Lil Rona's voice now, right? Little Corona. Hey, how's it going, motherfucker? Let me in your lungs. Can I come in your house, you stupid bitch? And if somebody complained, like, how about the deaths? I'm fine with responding, saying why I do it, why I think it's funny, why I think it's informative, not to be dramatic. I have no problem there. I wouldn't go, oh, I'm sorry. Was it too much? I didn't think no one would be offended. She thinks no one would be offended. It reminds me of Gwyneth Paltrow went with Jay-Z and Kanye West. She was in France, and they have a song called, the N-word in Paris. And so she types out on Twitter, Gwyneth Paltrow, hey, I'm here, look, N-word, and she rates it out in Paris. And then people are like, what the fuck, Gwyneth Paltrow? And she goes, what? That's the name of their song, and we're in Paris. What? Like, you really don't know. If you wrote it, at least know it could be taken a certain way.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's just like
it just shows you're an idiot. No, it's not a big deal having an Our First Pandemic 2020 ornament, but it does show when you don't know what to do now, shit in your pants, that you lose out on a water sponsorship, that you're an idiot.
Yeah, it's goofy though. I wish we didn't latch on to shit like this. I
Sure.
wish that didn't trend, and it could just be seen for what it is. This is this version of saying 2020 sucks. Like I could be like, oh, 2020 was super hard. And even that can get a backlash of, oh, for you, when you could stay in your closet. Oh, for you, do you know that people lost their jobs and their lives and whatever? And I'm like, yep,
Right.
yep, I know. I know all of that. But yeah, it seems tone deaf from a castle.
Right. All that stuff from the castle. Why we hated that Imagine song where Wonder Woman and all the celebrities say,
Mm.
imagine this. No heaven, you little people. It's like, oh,
But I
what?
think that is what we're hearing, where we could just go like, I'm not going to respond to you. By responding, we remain in the little people, you
Right.
know? Like, oh, we're going to respond to you is still keeping them in that space.
Right.
Also, speaking of tone deaf, it always reminds me of same person you just meant, the Goop girl. What's her
Yeah,
face?
Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah.
When she decided to check out what it's like to be on welfare and have
Oh,
food stamps. Let me just, hey guys, this week I'm trying being poor. Let's put on our poor coat. Where do poor people shop? We're going to find out. Follow me into this store. I have my food stamps that are very convenient. Oops, I got cilantro and died. Hey guys,
right.
that was my experiment on how I can live like you. Turns out I can't. I picked all the wrong things, ran out of money in 5 minutes, and died. So don't be like me in this way. Be like me in this other way. Buy this hair gel for $10,367.
Hey, you didn't
You're
learn to
like,
lower your prices? I learned a lot. My store is really taking advantage of idiots. I think she was going to do it for a month, live, on the poverty level. She lasted like 3 days, then gave herself, I believe, a B as a grade and said, I had a lot to learn. No, you failed.
yeah,
You're dead.
yeah.
Well, I learned it's anyway. Lesson is it's tough out there. Just act like we all forgot about the experiment and shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. Speaking of offensive, I did see that movie. I don't think you did, right? Wishmaster 84, Wonder Woman. This movie, and I think we were all like, oh, it's the pandemic. Oh, a Hollywood movie, a superhero movie is going to come on TV. This was so eye-gougingly terrible.
That's what I'm hearing. But I can't tell if you're being serious and it's called Wishmaster 84 because it could
It's called
be,
Wonder Woman
I don't
84
know.
because she's in 1984.
Okay.
But the plot is that they find this old artifact, from a god. She's like she's half a god, Wonder Woman, etc. And the god of mischief um has made this rock that you can wish on. And then a bad guy figures that out somehow. And he does the ultimate wish and says, I want to be the wish rock. So the rock evaporates. He can now give all the wishes.
I think you're talking about a different movie. Could you be talking about Aladdin?
No.
No.
I'm talking about Wishmaster 84. So now people come to him to grant wishes and he fucks with the wish.
Oh, but
It's
then he's okay.
It's just like Wishmaster. So he fucks with the wish. Then somehow he can do whatever he wants because he gave you a wish. It makes no sense, of course. Like it is. It's Wishmaster, but stupid.
But then does Wonder Woman like fly around the world the other way in reverse time and then he's not a rock anymore?
Well, she didn't think
Or
that through.
or does the rock come in with his eyebrow up and then he fights the rock like in some weird other universe that opens up?
Right. It's not the rock, the person. It's a physical rock. But anyway, she made a wish on the rock without thinking about it before the rock evaporated. And she's like, I wish my boyfriend from the first movie came back so I could make more money in this one.
Oh shit.
And then the boyfriend appears in a totally different person's body that's living. So Chris Pine is now in my body, meets Wonder Woman. Hey, Wonder Woman, I love you. I can't believe I'm here. This is crazy.
Okay.
But Chris Pine is now in my body, in my apartment.
Yes.
So they fuck.
Oh, okay. He's very convincing.
Well,
okay.
Wonder Woman kind of raped me. Right? I had nothing to do with that. It's my body. I still look the same.
Well, where did you go?
Right.
Okay.
I'm not there, but my body's there.
You could have
Because
just
Chris
died.
Pine is me. So that's never explained either. He doesn't come back at the end of the movie, and Chris Pine, of course, is gone. The original guy doesn't like rub his eyes and go, "Ooh, that was weird. I'm hungry."
Oh.
Like, do you know? Like, I kind of feel like I fucked Wonder Woman. Anyways, and none of it makes sense. Like this, the bad guy's having trouble in his business. He goes, I want my business to be good. It goes good. He goes, well, I need employees. Then all of a sudden, real people come to his place of business and goes, hi, I'd like to apply. Where did y'all just come from?
Did you watch all the way?
Yes.
Oh.
Took me 14 parts, but yes.
Is anyone reviewing it positively?
I'll tell you what. Here's a review I saw. I saw this woman write, Kimmy. She said, I just finished Wonder Woman 84 and I'm ready to argue about it online. I did not like it. End of argument. And then a total stranger writes, named Adam, says, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure they tried their best, Kim.
Okay.
Did you used to date Wonder Woman? Who gives a fuck? It's horrible and that's okay too. I think they tried their best. Well, I'd like to think so. I don't think they were trying to hurt you, Kim. I think they thought it was okay. Or ran out of fucks to give and put it out anyway. Who cares? I think they might have a family and you might be hurting their feelings.
Can I tell you, reminded me of a Star Trek episode. Super quick. Just going to run this by you. Okay. Let's summarize how we got here by just, because I might not remember it exactly, but there's probably some other species of, thing. And
yes. Can I guess? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to guess that in one of the Star Trek characters is in the body of a child. And it's the only one story, And then the adult person in the couple says, hey, we're husband and wife. We can still fucking kiss. Is that pedophilia? Am I close?
Yes, but you're okay. It needs a little more background.
I don't know. It does.
It needs to let up to it. Okay, because your person is in this other body because this other species doesn't believe in like the body aspect of it. It's your interconnection and whatever.
Right.
So you go through like, hey, this isn't your person. They might be a different race or different hair color or whatever. And everyone's like, hey, stop being, shallow. This is your person. You got to get over like the outer core. Then another person is in a different sex body. So what was male was female. And it's like, hey, don't be homophobic. And it's like, okay, well, my eyes work this way. Your eyes don't. I still need to be attracted in whatever way. And then everyone's like, yeah, we could just like male, female, whatever, man. It's the person you love. And then the other example is, well, now here's your 12-year-old, but don't worry, their mind is in this other place, and it's your wife of like whatever, how many years.
Can you fuck an elephant if your wife's inside it?
Right, but like. Ugh.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Okay. They fuck, right? Then they fix the problem. What's that?
Ew, but okay. Yeah.
Right. Then they fix the problem. Life is normal. And then the guy goes to kiss her and she's like, well, can you fix your breath? You have bad breath. Fix my breath. You fucked me and I was a kid.
Ugh.
My breath is turning you off. Yeah, no, that's I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. I would not put me down for I will not fuck kids, even if the adult is in them. Pictures explaining that in court. Right? They always think Captain Kirk, Captain Picard, they always think he's the bad guy too sometimes. He's got to go to the tribunal. Like, first of all, he saved the world 60 million times. I think he gets a pass for life. But no, he has to justify something. Like, is he going to have to explain, well, my crewmate, you see, the mind was in, there's a lot of weird shit out there. The mind was in a kid's body.
He was going to kill Data's kid because it's an unsanctioned robot making. And then he had to prove that that's not really your child. Everyone has children on the ship. Why can't this robot have a child?
I don't know who made the
Am I not selling this right?
who made the digital jizz. It comes out his dick like those dots. 16-bit sperm.
Like a bunch of ellipsis kids.
Yes. Yeah, I'd kill that too. That's not right. They're killing people in Sparta for nothing. No thanks. I'll tell you the movie to see. I mentioned this before. It's called Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman. And it came out the same year that the first Wonder Woman came out. So I assume that some people had to get confused and took their kid to the wrong movie. But it's the true story of the guy that made the Wonder Woman comic. And he didn't make it to make a superhero per se. He made it to give people, this is absolutely true, to get people to explore bondage and to explore polyamory. That lasso is for bondage.
Oh.
And the lasso of truth, it gets people to say their real desires. Yes, I would like a third partner. And he used it, and he was a therapist.
Oh my God.
So that's something there's thought behind. Well, you can't make a superhero movie out of that shit. It'd be dumb. And here we are.
Wow. I like her more now.
Wonder Woman? Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Oh, so those cuffs on her wrists.
Yes.
Kinky. Okay.
No joke. Yeah, absolutely.
So when we were sexualizing her, we were right. Fuck.
Yes.
Whoops.
Yeah, she'd whip you with the lasso.
So what if she's wearing underwear outside of her outfit?
Right.
Stop it. She's a smart, intelligent woman.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why.
Okay.
But I remember the first Wonder Woman. Remember, she couldn't. I would say how they made her real stupid. Like she's in this new world, and she didn't know how a revolving door works because I guess on her hidden planet they didn't have revolving doors. But then this new movie starts, and they show her when she was a kid, and she has to do all these different races, like running races, jumping, and all these things are moving and spinning. Well, the door's kind of like that, idiot. Except not death-defying. And then Chris Pine comes back into this new world in 1984. So he's the idiot now, and he's amazed by an escalator and black people being on his subway car. So that's very exciting.
Oh, the continuity here is very awkward.
Oh well, it's pretty good. You'll like it. But that's what we did. We were like, all right, this movie's coming. It's going to be on TV. 2020 is not the worst. Then it just kicks you in the balls.
No, I'm sorry.
Well,
you had a tough year.
It didn't end good.
No.
And then because it's a superhero movie and this big thing I was waiting for, I have to finish it. And I really think it took me 14 parts.
Wow. Such dedication.
I know.
Feminism.
Yeah. I'm like, where's the bondage?
To the exploration of cultures and
if you saw the movie, where's the fucking kid's mom?
Okay.
How about after the credits, you show what the mom is doing? Oh my God. I give it a B. All right, Camden, you want to do this again on Monday?
Yeah, why not?
This is
See
cool.
if they want some. You guys want some more?
If you're interested, send me a letter explaining why. I will take in all letters, but I can't promise I'll take in any of them. What a douche. All right.
KeithAndTheGirl.com.
KeithAndTheGirl.com.